Rent versus sell. Not everybody likes asking those questions. But yet today in our real estate market, is this a wise question to ask? Maybe it is. Do you have a property, whether it's a house, townhome, condo, apartment complex, office building, industrial property? It applies to everybody. How is that the case? Well, in 2022, properties were selling very fast. Buyers weren't even doing proper inspections. They were just grabbing up whatever they could. But the market has changed. Interest rates have continued to go up, and now people are considering their options. Should I buy or should I wait? So if we don't have enough buyers, how does that affect the seller? Well, in order to be competitive, you have to make changes. You have to offer incentives, lower prices. And while some can make that decision, is that always the best choice? Well, let's think about it for a moment. If you have to cut your price where maybe you just break even, you could sell the property and it would no longer be your concern. But all that work, all that effort you put into the property didn't go anywhere. But what if we looked at the option of renting? What if my current mortgage is at a good rate, good interest rate, good payment? I know my property. I've owned it for some time. I know the challenge I've had, and I know the benefits. So what if I kept the property? Well, now as we look at our potential customer, we see what the rent rates are. Maybe I need to do a little bit of work on the property. What if I look at keeping it for 5 years? What if I look at keeping it for 10 years? Maybe 20 years. Well, as we do so, every month, more of that principal is paid down. Over time, maintenance comes up, and that's to be expected. These are expenses that can be written off on the property. And the tenant is paying the majority of the mortgage each and every month. So now when we look at these options in the future, whether it be a couple of years or maybe when the mortgage is paid off, now we can look that I only paid this much of the mortgage. I had some maintenance that was taken care of, but all this was paid for through the process of renting my property. So now when we look at the idea of selling the property, what is the financial benefit? Well, instead of just simply breaking even or making a couple of dollars, now we have this asset that goes up for sale that has a large amount of profit that's coming back that could then be reinvested into something else, or maybe that could be a plan for when you want to back off work. Maybe you don't want to have to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week for the foreseeable future. Maybe you like the idea of having a plan. Maybe you want something to complement your other retirement options. Maybe you have some investments, some 401ks, the stock market. Why not add a property or properties to that portfolio? So that way, if one market is doing really well, maybe the other market's a little softer. But then when this market gets stronger and this is a little softer, they all complement each other. And then when you're ready to sell, now we have some attractive numbers on paper. Maybe we have a mortgage that's 50% paid off, 100% paid off. How much of that did you pay? Again, we're going to a little number because the rental resident paid for most of it. So for residential, houses, townhome, condos, I have a fantastic calculator on the website that you are welcome to play with. But for all, whether it's a small property or a large property, let's talk for a few minutes. Maybe we can be a fit, or maybe I can help you make the decision that today is the time to sell. Either way, I look forward to talking to you. My name is Baron McWright with Northeast Florida Realty.